Back in March, I released a video exploring what flavors women prefer. With that video, I released a list of 8 games on Steam that are more likely to reflect those flavors. And I thought now would be a great time to add 8 more titles that released in 2023. As always, all links can be found on my Patreon because YouTube hates the idea of women, and frankly all other humans, actually enjoying themselves. First up, we have Project Passion Season 1. I covered this comedic sci-fi adventure earlier this year, and I really enjoyed the humor, the world building, and the development of the relationships. Often, harem games just turn into Pokemon-style adventures, where you just have to collect all of the waifus with no real narrative or plot that shows what actually is going on. Project Passion takes the time in the story to help explain how this unlikely confluence of events and personalities comes to be, which is awesome. Project Passion Season 1 is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam, with an Android version on their Patreon, as well as a free demo on itch.io. Next up is the prequel to one of the most popular yaoi games of 2022 on Steam, and my pick for best art for 2022, The Divine Speaker. In The Divine Speaker, The Sun and the Moon, you play as the main antagonist from the first game, and this is their origin story. The art is still amazing, and is a must-play if you are a fan of yaoi visual novels. The Divine Speaker, The Sun and the Moon, is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam with a demo on their itch. Just in time for Halloween, we have The Groom of Gallagher Mansion. Think of this as the Haunted Mansion Disney ride, just with more fun. This is one of the very rare Otome games with an AO rating on Steam, so this is a great starting point for players familiar with this genre looking for something new to explore. The Groom of Gallagher Mansion is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam with an Android version and demo on itch.io. Next up is, the Overlord isn't another isekai protagonist, is he? Given that title, I am shocked that this is not a Japanese game, but is actually available in Russian with full voicing in English. You are isekai'd into a visually striking cyberpunk version of Hell, where there are animations of the interactions with both the male and female love interests. The Overlord isn't another isekai protagonist, is he? Is available for PC on Steam with an Android version on itch.io. Speaking of games in Russian, our next title, The Symbiont, was banned in Russia by the Roskomnadzor for, well, they ban a lot of stuff, but in this case, it is probably because it's a yaoi title, and maybe politics. However, this is a great story and a fun exploration of power exchange in a relationship. The Symbiont is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam with an Android version on itch.io. And if you aren't sure, there is a demo on their itch and Steam to check out first. Our next title, Monstrous Love, is 3 vignettes involving different women's experiences with monstrous entities, power exchange, and consent. Now, while there is no such thing as actual consent in fiction, just like someone being shot in a book is not actual murder, it is still a flavor that many people enjoy. Monstrous Love is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam. So our next title, He Fucked the Girl Out of Me, is a tough one. I wasn't sure if I should include it, but it has received a ton of positive reviews from mainstream gaming sites. And as much contempt as I have for mainstream gaming sites for their criminal complicity in helping AAA companies to defraud gamers, this title is actually a fascinating journey. This is a semi-autobiographical portrayal of a trans woman's experience with sex work. As you can imagine, this is not a lighthearted ride. He Fucked the Girl Out of Me is available for free on Steam for PC, as well as an in-browser version on their itch. And ending on a much lighter note, we have one of my favorite completed games of 2023, Paradise Lost. I reviewed this wacky shipwreck adventure earlier this summer, and it is definitely one of the best visual novels of the year, especially if you love beauty pageant contestants or giant lizards. Paradise Lost is available on Steam for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux, as well as for Android through their itch and their Patreon. There you have it. The number of adult games coming out on Steam that caters to women continues to slowly increase as the industry grows, and that is awesome. Yeah, I wish it was faster, but then I also wish YouTube was an easier place to talk about sex and sexuality in video games. A girl can dream. Until next time, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's support on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you all.